Hello everybody, my name is Daniel Richardson and I'm the WCPW review guy. And am I the only one who really wasn't that offended and actually thought it was a little funny, the whole Katie Vick angle? What guys, we're going, really? Every guy, like once a week these guys walk out on me. Alright, well anyways, and I am here for the WCPW Loaded Episode 6 review. Before I get started on any of that, I want to throw a big thank you out to you guys. I reached over 100 subscribers this past weekend. Thank you. I really appreciate it. That is awesome. Seriously guys, thank you so much. Alright, well let's get to the review. Now before we actually get to the actual Loaded review, WCPW released the pre-show from last week. Which was a little confusing because I was just like, you'll see here in a second. I watched the regular show first and I saw the pre-show later. But anyways, they released the pre-show and it was tape from last week. It was Prince Amin and with Gabriel Kidd in his corner going up against Joseph Connors. And the pre-show itself, we had a return of King Ross and Adam Blampied on commentary, which I'm happy. I'm not gonna lie. I'm really glad that we found something for Ross to do. Like, I'm being so serious because I really liked him on commentary. He's my third favorite commentator, but clearly, you know, Bradshaw and Shane are so much better at it. And that's not an insult. Like, I really do love King Ross there, but I want him to do something. And I'm glad they found the like a B show for him to, commentate on. I will say, this is just my own personal opinion, we need to get him with someone else because I don't like Blampied as his partner. And it's nothing against Blampied at all. He's also great as a commentator, but once again, this guy's a heel. Like, every episode of Loaded, he's doing something else dickish and douchey. And then, like, out of nowhere, he's like the voice of reason when he's commentating. It's just like, what? Come on. This is a joke. It's ridiculous. So I'm just saying, fine, there's got to be an intern. There's got to be an intern or someone at a local pub that can come in and be the good guy and let Ross be Ross, and this person doesn't change their character or anything. So, but anyway, so the match itself was actually really good. I won't be putting it with the ranking, best match or worst match because it's a pre-show. But no, the match itself was fine. Really liked it. I also liked the fact that they carried on the storyline with Prince Amin and Gabriel Kidd. The whole servant master thing, and I thought that was really cool. Already though, like, this is literally like, well, I guess last week you saw him do the whole piggyback thing, but then again, this was taped last week. It's like already, like, Gabriel Kidd's already showing defiance, like refusing to do stuff. So they're ready to blow the lid on this right now, I see. But no, overall it was fine. I did like the fact too that the commentary team kept kind of referring to this as as the pre-show, but they kept also referring to it like you don't want to be here, like you definitely want to wrestle on the top show. And I like that because it's true. Like, you never heard him say that on Velocity or Sunday Night Heat, but it was so like you don't want to strive to be like the main eventer of Sunday Night Heat. No, you want to keep moving up to the big show. So I really like that they kept they kind of kept playing out on that. However, they keep harping on Joseph Connors' win-loss record. He's won more matches than Joe Hendry. He has a better, and in fact, as of, even with his loss coming up later on tonight, we'll get to, he still won like 50% of his matches, as opposed to Joe Hendry, who's only won 40%. And I'm a nerd, and that's the only reason I know this, because I'm doing my whole, like, ranking top 10 thing. So I'm looking at the numbers, I'm just like, Connors has nothing to be ashamed of here. He's won more matches, and he's in better shape. He's okay. But, they're constantly kind of picking at like there. But yeah, it's part of the storyline. I get it, but they need to focus more on just the whole Hendry taking the spotlight thing, not necessarily Connors, losing matches, because once again, he's not doing that terrible. So yeah, anyways, pre-show was really cool. I liked it. I hope they, this is kind of a new trend they're going to start doing, just, give us a little pre-show match, bonus match each week. So thumbs up on that. All right, so let's go on to the big show, shall we? Let's get Shane and Bradshaw back in the commentary booth. Once again, we're from Newcastle. Crowd's on fire. What I love about the WCPW crowd, no matter if it's a big crowd or a small crowd, because they had a couple of those episodes where it was just a really tiny crowd. Dude, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. Like, you literally, it's deafening in there. Like, dude, the crowd is so amped up. I love it. I'm not gonna lie. At some point, I do plan on making this trip across the pond and seeing one of these shows live, dude. Because I mean, it's an experience. You can just tell it is literally an experience, and I want to experience it. So hopefully at some point in the future, get that jar passed around. There you go. Yeah, that one. So anyways, yeah, so good stuff right there. So we kicked the show off, right off the bat. We see a clip from last week, or it's mostly from last week. Noam Dar, someone else, and then you had Doug Williams backstage, and of course that blonde girl, and is her name Jennifer? Jennifer something? I'm blanking. I'm sorry. Poor girl. She does a lovely job. I'm constantly forgetting her name. Anyway, but she's Noam, I need get a have you cut promo real quick. And as he gets up, he bumps into Doug Williams, who of course, his leg is still, I'm surprised his head isn't hurting. Jesus Christ. But he's talking about, his leg's still sore and everything. And of course, they get into a little, argument. And then of course, the match is laid out for later on tonight, which would have been last week. Either way, Noam Dar versus Doug Williams. Now, if Noam Dar wins, the match that Doug Williams has against Cody Rhodes, I believe it's that Refuse to Lose, will go to Noam Dar. But if Noam Dar loses, he's gone. He's out of the WCPW. So already setting up big matches right out the gate. All right, so first match we have. And like I said, it's kind of weird seeing these back to back because it's like I keep forgetting this ain't the same week. These are but it was Joseph Connors versus El Ligero. Two of my personal favorites. Like I was like, yes, fucking pumped. And I hate to do this. I really do. I can see everybody like, no, don't do it. I gotta do it. It was my least favorite match of the week. And I think just because I set this personal, like, this has gotta be the best. The standard was set so high in my head mentally. My big problem with it wasn't competitive enough. Like, they were playing too much to the crowd. They were doing a lot of goofy stuff. And I'm like, we got a comedy match coming up. Because we all know, we heard from the announcement last week that, Grado and Martin Kirby's going to be wrestling. So it's like, we got a comedy match coming up. And they kept doing, like, they kept playing to the crowd. And it was cute and everything. But I'm like, no, I want to see you guys fucking go at it. Like, you guys are my two favorites. My two favorites in WCPW right now. I want to see you guys go at it. And we didn't get that. And it was, like I said, it kind of started off a little slow and everything. It did pick up, and I did like, and I can see why they're doing it, because as the match went on, you kept seeing the frustration with Joseph Connors, and he started getting more aggressive with his moves, and I did like that. I really did. I thought it was kind of cool, but once again, just overall, I was just like, oh, come on, guys, give me what I want. Like, I want to see you guys go at it, but match ended with El Ligero getting the small package victory right there, and of course, Connors looked visibly pissed off, so... once again, they're slowly, I can see the heel turn coming. It's going to be a slow, boiling point, but we're getting there. We're getting there. Up next, we had an awesome promo between Adam Blampier and Aron Stevens, and I loved every minute of it. Like, I thought it was great, and I'm glad that Blampier is finally. Like, my big fear of Adam Blampier early on was that the guy is so charismatic and just such a. Like, you like him so much, but you also, I was hoping the hatred would come out of the crowd a little bit more. Because it seemed like when this guy came out early on, people were just cheering him, like, no matter what he said. And I'm glad now that he's getting the heat, I'm glad that, you had Aron Stevens in there who was, so fucking over, it's ridiculous, able to, verbally spar with him. And of course, it really was like, good guy, bad guy. Fans were digging the good guy, hating the bad guy. And that's the way it should be, So, like I said, it just seems like every time Blampier gets in the ring, he gets a lot of cheers. And I mean, that's cool. He's popular. It's like, he is the bad guy, I like to see my bad guys get booed. That's how you know they're doing a good job if they're, getting booed, So I'm glad to see, but dude, it was a great promo. Now, I haven't seen any, like, shoot interviews or haven't really seen Aron Stevens do anything. Because once again, I don't really keep up with wrestling, so I don't know if he's vented elsewhere about his frustrations with the WWE. But it was really cool to see him just kind of vent some of this stuff out, and I just loved hearing what he had to say and everything. I just thought it was really cool, and yeah, it kind of built up the main event, or at least his world title match coming up with Big Damo a little bit more. Of course, he sealed the deal with a kick right in his dick, which was awesome. So I definitely liked that. So overall, dug that, and then. Now, last week, I may have been a little too outspoken, we'll say outspoken, about the fact that, Aron Stevens and Doug Williams were, like, the top two contenders. It's like, what? Why? And I'll be the first to admit, I was bitching about it. I was crying about it. And I wasn't the only one though, because it looks like my boy Joe Coffey was complaining as well. And he said he was tired of all these superstars coming in, while the people who've been working and laying the foundation of WCPW are getting buried underneath it. He said no more of that shit. He wants his title match, and he went right into Pachi's office and demanded one. Great thing about that was he walks right in there, and there's Martin Kirby, and I want to see these segments. Like they don't have to be part of Loaded. Just give me a 3-4 minute short every week. Call it Parmesan and Kirby, and just show me like the little interaction between these two guys. Cause I fucking love it. But anyways, he goes in there and he demands his match. So we got the world title match coming up, Big Damo versus Joe Coffey, which well deserved. I was so happy to hear that, because I was like, yes, finally. So like that. Next match is Martin Kirby versus Grado. Now, I didn't know who Grado was. In fact, I remember when WCPW first got started, and even in the earlier, that first month when it was already up and running, whenever they had like a big announcement, someone was coming, Will Ospreay or Cody Rhodes or Kurt Angle or Eric Bischoff even, they would have like their own little video like, hey, here's who's coming to the WCPW now. And Grado got one. And I was just like, this is not disrespectful, I just don't follow British wrestling, and I hadn't really followed wrestling, period, since like 07. I was like, who's fucking Grado? And dude, this guy, you want to talk about over? Like, dude, the crowd was going more nuts for him than I think they were for Aron Stevens last week, and that's no exaggeration. Like, dude, the chants were deafening. It was like the place was going bananas. It was insane, and I was like, son of a bitch. Comedy match, but once again, I expected a comedy match. Like, that's kind of what I want to see now out of Martin Kirby, no matter what. Like, just throw them comedy matches because they're fun, and I like them. And I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a really good match, or fun match. I wouldn't really say good match, but it's a fun match. But yeah, I just could not get over just how, like, everybody was fucking all over Grado. Like, they loved it. Grado wins, got the victory. After the match, he was, cutting his promo, and of course he gets sneak attacked by Drake. And then, of course, the Wrestling Prospect comes out there and beats him down. And then, of course, Joseph Connors and Joe Hendry come in and make the save. James R. Kennedy made the issue the challenge. I don't know if it's going to be next week or if we're going to have to wait till Stacked or whatever, but it's going to be a 3-on-3 elimination match. So, and I'm a huge, like, that's where I love my elimination match. Like, I don't care much for triple threat elimination matches, because I'm just like, dude, you can just take a break, let the other two guys kill each other, and then run in the last second. Even more people is even less, like, who gives a shit? Like, fatal 5-way elimination, it's like, well, good, that's 4 dicks that have to beat the shit out of each other. Why go take a coffee break? But elimination tag match, I love it. I'm a big fan of Survivor Series. It's like my favorite pay-per-view, so it's just like, I love elimination tag matches. Whenever I'm playing video games, that's the match I go to right there. So yeah, we're going to see Prospect going up against Connor, Hendry, and of course Grado. So, man, Hendry and Grado on the same team, dude, the crowd's going to fucking just... So, and then the next match, so we get we finally get the match, Doug Williams versus Noam Dar. Now remember, if Williams wins, Dar's out of there. If Dar wins, he takes Williams' place against Cody Rhodes. And this match was really good, and I actually liked it because I feel like last week's main event, maybe I was a little too harsh, but I just felt like it didn't really showcase either him or Stevens' best at all. And I feel like he had much better showing against Noam Dar this week. I really like his style. He has, I mean, not just because they're British, but I mean, he does have like a regal kind of, or even a Fit Finlay kind of, I don't know, style to him when he wrestles. But good stuff. But he kept playing up the leg, like, he's hurt, his legs hurt or whatever. But then of course you turn right around, and so I guess it's a shtick right now. He's just, he's gonna suck around with like the hurt leg. The commentators kept kind of pointing to the fact that like the referee was his buddy, so I don't know if that's gonna come into play later or not. No, he beat Noam Dar, and I'll be honest, initially I didn't know where I was going with this because I didn't know if Doug Williams was actually hurt. Maybe this is like his way out for a little bit to go rest up, and then, but then again, I was like, well, shit, Noam Dar, he's doing the Cruiserweight Classic, and of course that is just one big recruitment tool to get, new talent in WWF, or WWE, sorry. So I was like, it can go, I didn't know which way it was going to go. I didn't know if Noam Dar got the call or whatever, or if he's going to, eventually be part of the NXT roster or whatever. But yeah, he lost. So, and once again, though, they do this like emotional kind of like, after the match, Doug Williams gets out, and of course he kept saying like he kicked out. I don't think he kicked out. I do think the pin, the count may have been a little fast. Like it felt a little fast to me, but I don't think he kicked out of it. But either way, Noam Dar is going to be gone. But they did this like big emotional like goodbye. But I wasn't quite pulled into that. Now don't get me wrong, Noam Dar, great. Like I think his mic skills are horrible, but dude, his wrestling, fucking phenomenal. And I think the thing is, WCPW hadn't been around that long yet. Like literally, we're on our second month, and he gets, he loses and can't come back or whatever, has to leave WCPW. I'm just like, all right, like you weren't here that long for me to get really attached to you. And not just that, but he's going on to to WWE. So I mean, it's like he's good. I just kicked the door back there. He's gonna be fine. But they were trying to play up like this whole like he's like thank you. He's like all right, but. You're gonna be fine, bro. I promise you. So yeah, that was that match out of the way. So backstage we get Primate, which we have not seen since Built to Destroy, which he's looking pissed because I guess he didn't have any opponent. And of course, Prince Amin and Gabriel Kidd cross paths. So Prince Amin, being the dick that he is, pretty much just feeds Gabriel Kidd to him. So we get the next match, which is Primate with Susie Candy in his corner going up against Gabriel Kidd, who just gets left out there. Like, Amin's not even his manager in this match. He's just like, nope, you're on your own, buddy. Have fun. Squash match. Oh no, let me take it back actually. The first few minutes of this was all Gabriel Kidd. Like, I was shocked. Gabriel Kidd's dominating Primate. And I'm just like, son of a bitch. And don't get me wrong, that's great. Like, finally, like maybe being a servant kind of fired him up. But anyways, he dominates for the first, bit of that. And then after that, it was all Primate. Primate just fucked his world up. So Primate won. Then of course, backstage, it was the blonde girl. Sorry, she's talking to Nixon Newell, and B. Priestley attacks her from behind, beats her down, says she wants a rematch next week. So. Women's division. We need more women in the women's division. I'm just saying. It's hard to call it a women's division when you only got two girls, but hopefully they're going to fix this down the road. So now it's time for the main event. Now, earlier in the evening, Big Damo did confront Pacitti, and Pacitti's like told him, like, hey, look, if you hit me again or put your hands on me at all, you're fired. He goes, if you refuse to wrestle tonight, you're fired. He goes, if you get yourself disqualified tonight, you're fired. So here we are, a world title match, and if Damo gets disqualified, he's done. He's out. He's going to be joining Noam Dar on his way out, and but it was Big Damo versus Joe Coffey. Before the match, Primate comes out there and attacks Joe Coffey of a steel chair, which I'm loving that because that was a hell. Dude, they put on a hell of a match at Built to Destroy, and I want to keep seeing this escalate. So awesome right there. So beats him down, and then of course he leaves, and then Big Damo comes out. This match I'm giving my favorite match of the week. It did have its flaws. There were certain things, like I felt like Joe Coffey was like, he would kind of sell the fact he just got beaten down and then like totally forget about it. Be doing like body splashes and shit. Like he just got fucked up in the ribs and now he's like, I'm doing body splashes now. It's all right. No big deal. I kind of felt like he was kind of on and off on that. But overall, I mean, when the match went outside, dude, Coffey, dude, he's agile for a big man, dude. When he launched himself over the barricade, took him down, dude. Sweet. The match was really good, back and forth. The other little flaw I had with this match, we've seen it like a couple times tonight already, and then like I want we saw it like last week too. It's like when you get the two guys hammer on each other, and then there's wearing each other out with like standing clothesline, and it's just like we saw this exact bit earlier. And I feel like it's getting overused way too much, and I'm cool with that spot being used, but it's like. This wasn't even a long match. Like, literally, like, save this for the pay-per-view style matches, or, the pay-per-view style events. Like, save that for Stacked or Refuse to Lose or whatever. Don't bust that on Loaded, but other than that, like I said, the match itself was great. And, of course, Big Damo keeps the title. He won. What's the... Ulcer's Plantation, is that the name of his finisher? Gets him up like there, brings him down, shit. Dude, love it. So, but yeah, no, overall, like I said, this week was a solid week. Totally enjoyed it and everything else. Like I said, thought it was just damn good. So, can't wait to see where it goes. And I'm looking forward to the Aron Stevens Big Damo match. I know it was kind of hard on that last week, but they're actually putting some. Yeah, I shouldn't doubt that they're going to build it. I mean, I know better, but it's just like on paper right off the bat, Aron Stevens versus Big Damo. I was like, I'll much rather see Joe Coffey versus Big Damon, and I got that, so I'm okay now. And the fact that they are kind of building this up, but we're just waiting for Rampage to come back. Like that's what we're waiting on right there. Rampage to come back. So I don't see Stevens winning, and I kind of hope, in all honesty, I hope Damo gets a clean victory. I really do, because I feel like he gets that clean victory. Guess what? That makes the title more prestigious and everything. It makes his stock rise, and then of course he'll Rampage come back and we'll have them battle it out. So, but yeah, overall, guys, another excellent episode of WCPW Loaded. Yeah, no complaints from this end right here. So, yeah, hope to keep it up. So, guys, thank you so much for watching. Tune in this weekend. I'll be doing the unofficial top 10. You guys are going to hate it. Somebody's back. He's undefeated, and I know there's other people undefeated, but he's just higher on that list. You guys know who I'm talking about. He'll be back, and yeah, I'll be doing my weekly recap later on, and then of course we got main event this Friday night. So got a lot of stuff coming up on the channel, so tune in. So subscribe, share if you haven't. Show this video some of that thumb and love, and follow me over on Twitter at WCPW Review Guy 1. That's all I got, guys. Thank you again for the 100 subscribers and for tuning in. I appreciate it. That's all I got. Thank you so much. Until next time.